Albert Einstein's Nobel Prize winner in Physics 1921. Let's start it. Albert Einstein's motivational and inspiring quotes. The most aggravating thing about the younger generation is that I no longer belong to it. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. Wisdom is not a product of schooling but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. When a blind beetle crawls over the surface of a curved branch, it doesn't notice that the track it has covered is indeed covered. I was lucky enough to notice what the beetle didn't notice. It is not so very important for a person to learn facts, for that he does not really need college. He can learn them from books. The value of an education is the training of the mind to think, something that cannot be learned from textbooks. Don't worry about your marks. It is not necessary to have good marks in everything. Albert Einstein in 1916 to his son advised, like the man in the fairy tale who turned everything he touched into gold, so with me everything is turned into newspaper clamor. Truly, novel ideas emerge only in one's youth. Later on, one becomes more experienced, famous, and foolish. Studying and striving for truth and beauty in general is a sphere in which we are allowed to be children throughout life. Never regard your study as a duty, but as the inevitable opportunity to learn the liberating beauty of the intellect for your own personal joy and for the profit of the community to which your latter work will belong. Learn to be happy through the good fortunes and joys of your friends and not through senseless quarrels. Most teachers waste their time by asking questions that are intended to discover with a pupil does not know. Whereas the true art of questioning is to discover what the pupil does know or is capable of knowing. In the past, it never occurred to me that every casual remark of mine would be snatched up and recorded. Otherwise, I would have crept future into my shell. Those who have privilege to know have the duty to act. I have really think in words at all a thought comes, and I may try to express it in words afterwards. Life directed chiefly towards the fulfillment of personal desire will sooner or later always lead to bitter disappointment. Life is a great tapestry. The individual is only an insignificant thread in an immense and miraculous pattern. Every reminiscence is colored by today's being what is it is, and therefore by a deceptive point of view. It would be better if you begin to teach others only after you yourself have learned something. It is a strange thing to be so widely known and yet to be so lonely. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. God gave me the subordinates of a mule and fairly lean saint. Children don't heed the life experience of their parents, and nations ignore history. Bad lessons always have to be learned anew. When I examine myself and my method of thought, I come close to the conclusion that the gift of imagination has meant more to me than my talent for absorbing absolute knowledge. God knows I prepare people with an exercise whose tomorrow is their tent by uncertainty. Any man who reads too much and uses his own brain too little falls into lazy habits of thinking, just as the man who spends too much time in the teachers is tempted to be content with living vicariously instead of living his own life. Arrows of hate have been aimed at me too, but they have never hit me because somehow they belong to the another world with which I have no connection whatsoever. I do not like to state an opinion on a matter unless I know the precise facts. It is a strange that science, which is the old days seemed harmless, should have evolved into a nightmare that causes everyone to tremble. The word discovery in itself is regrettable, for discovery is equivalent to becoming aware of a thing which is already formed. Discovery is really not a creative act. Concepts are simply empty when they stop being family. linked to experiences. They resemble social climbers who are ashamed of their organs and want to deny them. I never think of the future, it comes soon enough.